Welcome you all to the first episode of On the Record. So, for you guys,
I
how did the pandemic affect you?
okay. I guess I'll go first. Well, the pandemic. I think I didn't really feel the effects of the pandemic because I mostly just stay inside anyway. But I don't think anyone can stand staying inside for such long periods of time without going insane. You know.
True. I mean, even if you're the person who stays at home, right? But eventually, maybe once a week or twice a week, you get to go out, right? But due to the
Yeah.
pandemic and due to the previous lockdown we had, you couldn't actually go do that. You didn't have the freedom to do it. So, what
Mm-hmm.
did you do in alternative to that? What was your solution to it?
Well, there is no solution to it. You gotta stay inside if you don't want to spread COVID or potentially get COVID yourself, you know. But like after it's still ongoing, but everything went online. So I guess it was different because I think we weren't prepared for it.
I hate it. I'm not someone who is used to being confined in my room. So when the first lockdown happened, I was like, I hate this. And it starts giving me anxiety because I'm not used to being so at a standstill. But on the bright side of it, it helped me reevaluate a lot of things as, for example, like where I'm putting my energy, which people I'm investing in, and helped me realize that I need to realign my priorities in a lot of areas. So, and how to refocus my energy on other things.
But I mean, it
True.
was also a good thing because during this time, a lot of people learned how to do new things. I saw a lot of people started baking, started cooking, trying out new recipes, or doing things that they
Yeah,
normally wouldn't have
people
time
actually
to
did.
do. Yeah. Remember the whole dalgona coffee thing? Yeah, I couldn't do it. I don't know why. I don't know how everyone did it. Maybe I was doing it wrong.
I didn't even try to do
Maybe.
that.
So, how did it affect you in socially specifically?
Well, since we weren't allowed to see our friends or anybody for that matter, um, I mean, we do what we did before the pandemic. We text, we use our phones, but I think, right, I feel like during the pandemic, I started texting people less or I talked to people less. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but I guess everyone just suddenly had their own problems to solve or, their
True.
own obstacles that COVID threw at them to get through. But
Mm.
um, yeah, that's what I have. How about you, Arham?
Social life. I mean, when you're in a situation like the pandemic, you realize that you are friends with a lot of people just because you see each other often.
Mm,
But
Yeah, I agree with
you
that.
when you don't when you just suddenly stop seeing each other because of circumstances, you realize that not many people are there as much as you think.
Exactly. Not many are
So
there who are there
I,
to text you and ask you how you've been doing.
exactly. I mean, everyone has their own problems, but the number of, let's say, friendships that died just because you don't see each other anymore is like high.
How did it affect you in terms of your education, in terms of you going to campus, having a daily active routine and all that?
The thing is, right, I think the one thing when it comes to education during the pandemic, a lot of people realize that are universities going to follow us to the future? I think a lot of people realize that universities are slowly becoming obsolete because
Mm-hmm.
you can pick up all these skills, all this knowledge, like on places like Coursera, Udemy, and you pay a lot less. I think the only relevancy that a degree has is basically it's a license that said, hey, you are now authorized
Yeah,
to work in this industry.
that's it. That piece
So
of paper, that's it.
yeah, the thing is, right, where I was saying that you have all these online courses coming up, and your people are picking up skills. They're becoming freelancers, but after a while, when they've gained the experience, they have pretty much proved themselves worthy to be in the industry. So, and at the rate they're catching up, right? Is it even worth it anymore to take, I mean, a university course when you're paying a lot less for online courses, which
that's
are
where a lot
facilitating your
of
every need?
I mean, that's where a lot of sites or apps like Skillshare come in. I saw their businesses booming because they offer online courses where you can learn anything you want for like a fraction of the price that you would get if you went to like a normal class.
It was
Exactly.
pennies compared to a university.
I mean, the reason why you're paying a premium at a university is because of the facilities and the what's it called, the type of education that they're providing, right? I mean, you can get a lot
No,
of it
but
for multiple courses, but the purpose of going to a uni is that you get one source of all information, and when you're not even providing that, then why should students pay a premium for it?
no, even online websites now give you the full course. Like one of the things is right. You have like when I was looking on Coursera, 'cause I was looking at a few programs. They have full courses for, like, say, if you want to learn Korean, they have Yonsei University that's offering a full program to learn the Korean language. Or you can find courses from Harvard to take any one of their free courses on Coursera. So when you have top name universities giving out full courses for free or for a very low price, why go to an entire university at all anymore? When you're paying hundreds of thousands of whatever currency you're paying in and going into complete debt. A lot of people are starting out in debt.
But like another thing I found difficult with online learning is that, normally when you go to a classroom, right, you get to see your classmates, see your peers and everything, especially for group assignments, especially if you don't know anyone in that class. The good thing about having face-to-face classes is that you get to know the students that you don't know. And now that everything's online, right, it's like you see the names, but you don't see their faces or anything. So I feel like it's weird to reach out to them if you want to work with them. And also, it's a bit, isn't it awkward having to
No, I get
work?
it. It does affect your unit, whatever you're taking, because a
Yeah.
lot of units offered in universities are basically group projects because they want to know, they want to assess how good
How
do
well
you
you
do
can work
working
with
with
others.
other people. Exactly. But when you're never given an opportunity to enter class and meet them, obviously it's going to affect your workload and it's going to affect your end result.
Yeah, and what happens if you can't contact a group member or anything? If they don't pick up your
Exactly.
calls, don't reply
They
your
don't pick it up. They
messages.
don't reply.
Yeah, I
The
know
thing
that,
is, right,
some assignments allow you for peer reviews, but most don't.
Most don't
no, but
exactly.
see,
And the peer reviews actually doesn't affect the grade a lot. It just gives your opinion of it.
I think on the overall, online learning around the world was generally implemented very badly. Because if you're looking at people's tweets, their Instagram posts, their Facebook posts, whichever social media you use, right, and you see how they're complaining. And I was reading this one tweet, which was a bit funny, and it was like in regards to this. It said that one day job posts are going to say that class of 2020 and 2021, please do not apply. That's how bad it was going.
Yeah. All right, I think you've covered almost all aspects that we can do about this pandemic. So, any advice, Arham or Emily, you have for the audience on how to overcome any social difficulties or whatever the pandemic is throwing at them? Any advice, positive advice,
You
Well, the
want
only
the best
advice that
positive
I can,
advice?
one at a time, please.
Okay,
I'll go
Emily, go
first.
first.
I called dibs. Okay, one advice that I can give that, I mean, I personally did this, but I took more time in pursuing or practicing my dressmaking skills, my sewing skills, because before I didn't have much time for these things. I had wanted to, but I just simply didn't have time. If you have a passion that you want to do or you want to try, go ahead and do it. There's probably lots of tutorials online for you to follow. Don't let this time just slip away and, having you do nothing in these last couple of months or the next couple of months if things don't calm down. Take up subscribe to Skillshare or anything, not sponsored. Learn something new, do something with your time. Or if you want to start a business, you can go ahead. A lot of people have already done so. Lots of online businesses have been popping up. People have been baking cakes, cookies, and selling them online to try to make a living. Things like that.
Is it my turn yet?
Yes,
Yes,
Arham, please
you can speak
go
now.
ahead.
You may speak.
You want to know what's the best advice I can give you? The next pandemic, stock up on drugs. Your time will go by a lot faster.
Jesus Christ!
And I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The best advice I can say is that during the pandemic, reevaluate what you want to do in life. Like for me, I'm not used to being at a standstill, right?
All right, so I guess
That's
that's that for today. Guys, thank you so much for listening to us went out, listening to our opinions. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment below if you got any hot topics that you want us to talk about. Take care and stay safe.